draw some feet. Feet, plural. Well, these ones are, I would say, these are elongated foot. This one and the other one is also from the same, obviously from the same person. So let's do that line, that bed. Well, that line which kind of grounds the toes here. Then you have that shape and that shape which goes right back here. So that's one. Then you have the fleshy bit, and then bone structure which goes back that way. And the other foot is further up. You got the heel here, and the whole foot being actually revealed here, the full foot here, and then you have the toe, and then the other small ones all bound together here. Actually, I can make that the outside part of the foot. Okay, now they're the same, from the same person, of course, so they're quite elegant. If the a bit of darker tonal value here. Now that foot creates a bit of a shadow here, and then you have the bone structure which moves that way. This is the heel here, kind of a darker tone, the whole foot, darker tone, and toes, and here's one, darker tone there, and I'm connecting those shadows so they're not quietly so connected. I'm connecting them so I'm creating kind of the same approach, the same shadowy approach to both foot. And then you have the heel here, quite elegant. This line here. This foot to me looks like those feet which can run and run fast actually. If those feet could model, for me they would be the best modeling feet that I've seen in a long time. Okay, now let's concentrate on the drawing here. Okay, let's do that shadow, which is the fleshy bit. Then you have the toe here, and the cast shadow of this foot onto that toe there. Highlight. Small toe, shadow, cast shadow of the other toe here, the other one here, and that one there. which is right behind the big toe. Now, these foot are softly resting on drapery or bed sheet, I guess. And then they're all clustered together here, and then you have the big toe here. Okay, and let's go back to that line. This one here, that exactly defines the form of the foot, of this particular foot. And you have the heel here, and a sharp edge and a shadow, which is the shadow of this, the right foot here. That's the left foot, that's the right one. And let's give it a bit of a tonal value, because this is the part where the foot steps. The foot steps and on different surfaces, so it's kind of a more, I would say, well, more blood vessels. So it appears to be darker because of the blood vessels. Here, this is the shadow, the cast shadow of this foot. Just trying to adjust the camera here. Toes, as I said, very soft. Drapery. Very soft drapery, so you've got to treat it with not too many dark shadows. Reflected light. Of a darker tone. So I'm trying to simplify the form actually here and describe the turning and twisting and turning of this particular fit here. Darker line, and then this is the continuation of the foot, and again soft shadow. And you have some reflected light back on the foot actually here. I can highlight that a little bit more, so I can give a bit more volume by highlighting this particular light here, and light right in the middle. and a general dark tone. Here. And some a lighter tone right where the toes are and meeting the foot here. Okay, it's quite delicate. The balance of getting the tonal value of the foot and the background is actually not that strong. I mean, the shadows are very similar to each other. And highlights here. This is the strongest, brightest light that I could see on that foot here. And then you have highlight, the main light on the toes here, main light here, main light which comes this way, and the big toe. As I mentioned at the beginning, if you could give an award to the prettiest feet, I would say these are the ones. There. Now, but it's not only to draw them accurately, you need to get the gesture, and that's the most difficult thing to get on and to be able to describe. Keep an eye on this dark because it's becoming too dark now to control. There. Soft dark here. And a touch of the cast shadow of this hill on this one here. And this is a very strong statement here of dark lines. Which is the cast shadow. And that's the smallest toe here with a little bit of nail here. Dark tone. Yeah, that toe here, a bit more rounded. And the toe right behind the big toe. flesh tone here, darker tone valley, but it's the flesh, is actually the foot itself. Okay, that's good enough now. I shouldn't put too much attention because the shapes are there, so I could get going and get rid of those, or start doing those lines here which then separate the muscle of the main toe with the rest of them, which is basically this, what I'm doing here now. That highlight is very important. Separation between the big toe and the rest of them, the rest of the toes here. Light here. And a touch of light here as well, because there's light coming. The main light comes from the right, but there's also reflected light from the left here. Okay, and a little bit more light here. Okay, I'll stop for a second.